Hi viewers, I thought I'd do a quick video on the history of the silver testing slide, how it all came about and how they work. And anyway, it was about 8 years ago I think that I ended up buying a couple fakes, and back then it was quite hard to detect some of the fakes. You know, they were very good unless you knew the dimensions. Obviously you could check the weight, and if the weight was right, it was very hard to tell. And the only thing really I had back then was, you know, an acid tester, which of course you don't really want to be putting on coins and you know, leaving a mark on them. So I started doing a bit of a research to see if there's non-destructive silver testing. Anyway, one of the things I came up with was a video on YouTube of a guy that had a magnet on a piece of string on like a pendulum, and he swung it across. And obviously if it slowed down over the coin, it had diamagnetic properties. If it stuck to it, it was steel, and if it shot across, it was none of the above. And I thought, you know, that's okay, but it's a right old performance to check every coin with this pendulum thing. I thought there must be something simpler. Anyway, then I come across a video which I think was from Mike Maloney. It may not have been. Anyway, he basically showed you know, a bullion coin like this American Silver Eagle, and he said you hold the coin at 45 degrees and you put a neodymium magnet on it and let it slide down, and it should slide slowly, which it does. And I thought, again, that's a lot of messing about for every coin you buy. I thought there must be you know, an easier way. And I thought, well, what if I reverse the procedure and make the magnet at the angle, and then you just slide your coins down it? So that's, you know, basically what I did. This is the first silver slide I ever made, hewn from a solid piece of sapele, which, funnily enough, I still had from my apprenticeship. So yeah, yes, I am a professional woodworker, for those wondering. And obviously, you know, that sped up the whole process. You know, you could just drop a coin on it and watch the speed of it. Anyway, you know, I was chatting to some other YouTube friends, and one of them said to me, well, that would be great if you could make it foldable. And I got a feeling it was one that I still chat with today, 24K Arabia Felix. Anyway, so he said, can you make me a folding one? I went, well, okay. And that's really how the folding versions came about, purely because someone wanted a folding version. Obviously they are a lot more work because you know, everything has to line up in two positions, so it has to sit steady on a flat surface when it's open, and when it's closed it has to sit flat and evenly within the outer frame. So it's yeah, they are a bit of a fiddle. But anyway, that's how the folding version came about. And then I had a local company that used to make the plaques for me, and they were very, very good, and they obviously would engrave custom plaques for me, the same for the same price as these that you see here. And then of course in COVID last year they shut down, and I couldn't get hold of them, so I had to source another supplier. So I had to buy in bulk from this other supplier to even get anywhere near the same price. And then I thought, oh, I can't be doing this. And that's when I changed to a branding iron, and then I haven't got to worry about supply issues other than supply of gas to heat the branding iron, which I could heat it anyway, couldn't I? Any kind of light a blooming fire and do it. Anyway, so obviously it works with a silver is diamagnetic, and creates an eddy current. Now over those 8 years I tried various shapes of magnets, powers of magnets, sizes of magnets, to try and get a reaction that was visible but wasn't costing a fortune, because the neodymium magnets are very expensive. And eventually I came up with what I still use today, the same layout of magnets. So the magnets aren't just all next to each other, because you find it hard to define a difference between a silver coin and one with a high copper content, and I'll explain a bit more about that in just a second. I was commissioned to make a compact slide for a dealer who wanted to be able to take it out with him, so he could put it in his pocket and test coins that he was potentially buying. Anyway, as with most of the slides, I make them in batches, so I made a batch of these, and I think one of them I sent to Salivate Metal. As you can see, it's much shorter. Let's see if we can get them both together. Much shorter. And how I did that was putting all the magnets right next to each other. Now the issue with that is the magnets, which are N52s, then become too powerful and slow the coin down too fast, or slow it down too much. It then becomes difficult to define a difference between a fake, which has a copper content, and a silver coin. I don't know whether you can see the difference there. I couldn't put them both together, but it is slightly faster. Anyway, so that was why I stick to my original layout of magnets, and still using that today. Anyway, to try and cater for every budget, there is this budget version that I make alongside all the hardwoods. I've not made a single one out of softwood. They're all solid hardwoods. Now the other thing, people say to me, have you got a website where I can buy one? Well, no, because I don't make they were never intended to be a business. It's not about money. It's about helping out the precious metals community to stop people, being scammed. It's not just the manufacturers of these fakes, but unscrupulous sellers, who will try and get away with it. So it was never a business venture, and I really don't make any money producing them. So I do them in my spare time to help out the precious metals community. And these past few years I've had a bit more spare time than other years, so I've managed to produce a few more. But anyway, I've sent them globally, from the UK across to Russia, and obviously the United States, and Australia, even all across Europe, Germany, Netherlands, Austria, Lithuania, I think I've sent them to. So I've literally sent them all over the place. So you can buy them. Obviously I try and get them on eBay in the United States, but obviously I have a Canadian distributor, Mike GPO, for those in Canada. And obviously you can contact me to buy one through either me or one of my UK distributors. And my email is in the About tab on my homepage if you're looking on a PC or laptop. But I say they come and go very quickly, because it's not a business. It's just there to help out the precious metals community. I don't know whether we can do a race. We could try and do a race. Got 2 slides, 2 Morgan dollars. Yeah, as you can see, no two slides are the same. These are both Iroko slides, but as you can see there, every one is handmade. I don't have some big machine that I shove the wood in one end and out comes a slide. And no, they're all handmade. Each slide is different. Let's try these two Morgans, shall we? As you can see, that one is a fake, without a shadow of a doubt. And the other one is genuine, and so is that one. But anyway, I hope you found the video informative and enjoyed a bit of shiny. Of course, that's another coin that's very often faked, isn't it? And what else? Oh, I've had a fake one of those before, the Cuauhtemoc. Anyway, if you've got any questions to ask, drop them down in the comments. And thank you all for watching. Bye.